Good morning YouTube, welcome along to another episode of Silver Fox Travels. Today, as you can see, I'm in the garage. I've got one or two things I want to show you. Firstly, you'll probably notice I've got the 2023 things to do list up there already, and there's one or two bits and pieces on there, including a meetup with Griffin Jones again, this time at Squires, and later on in the year I'm going to do a little bit of a one-year-old review on the Cub, the Royal Enfield 350 Classic. There's been a change made to the bike already, as you know. I put some very nice canvas panniers on there, and another change is about to occur, and I'll show you that now. As you can see, I've taken delivery of another huge great big box, and this time it contains a new rear rack. The old one is okay, it's adequate for what it needs to be, but I prefer to have something where I can strap a bag onto just in case I need to carry a little bit of extra luggage. So let's open up the box and see what we've got in there. So as before, as you can see, we've got a great big box with a smaller box inside. So let's get rid of the big box. Put that down here out of the way. And we'll get the little box opened up. And in here we have an instruction manual, that's going to be really useful, and the rear rack itself, and a bag of nuts and bolts. Let's get the bubble wrap off it and let's have a look at what it looks like. Yeah, that looks okay. I can't see any problems with that. There's a sticker on here that says the maximum load is 3 kilos or 6 pounds, which is fair enough because it's only going to have a small bag strapped to it. There's something etched on the bottom, which is just a serial number. So that's all there is to it. So right, let's get rid of the boxes and let's get this thing on the bike. Okay, so these bolts are just 6mm Allen bolts, and I've got the ratchet set up here now for it. I've put a bit of cloth over this to stop it getting scratched, and I can just pop these off. I say pop them off, they're probably held on with a bit of Loctite. It feels like it. Quite stiff actually. There you go, that's the one. Oh, it's stiff. There we go. And that's 2. And then the other side. I still have, of course, another 1 or 2 other jobs that I want to do on this bike, which I'll tell you about as I do them. That's number 3, and finally Number 4. Whilst I'm doing this, I'll tell you, I received in the post a letter from Australia from the Aussie biker dude, containing a couple of his stickers, which I'll show you now, and they are taking pride of place on my wall of stickers. See what you think. Right, that's the old unit off. I shall keep that, of course, in case I ever come to change the bike. Ever. And putting the new one on is just a case of reversing the process. Put it up there. A bit tight, might have to gently prise them up a bit. Here we go. Into place. Get the new bolts. Pop in the new bolts one at a time. That's one. Two. Just get them in there so that they're on the thread, and then I can tighten them up. The instructions, of course, that came with it were, as I thought they would be, pretty useless. So after a little bit of faffing around, I managed to line up the bolts, and now it's just a case of getting them all tightened up. Quite a bit of lock thread on there, or not lock thread, what am I talking about? Quite a bit of thread lock on these new bolts. As you can see, the old bolts had quite a bit on there as well, very similar. So just need to get these all tightened up, and job's a good one. Right, well that's done, and I think you'll agree it looks pretty good. I'll just stitch in a few photographs of it now so that you can get a better look at it. The bolts that I took out were quite straightforward to take out, but lining it all up again so that I could get the new bolts to go in and tighten up, that was a real palaver. That took a bit of pushing and shoving and swearing and cursing, I'll be honest with you. But I got there, I got it on, and I think you'll agree it looks pretty good. Right, I'm going to keep the existing bolts. I might as well keep them with the old frame rather, should I say, whatever you want to call it. You never know, I might be able to sell it on. There might be somebody out there that wants just this part. Let me know if you know somebody who wants it, and I'll let them have it. Anyway, all that remains for me to do now is to just clean everything up and put it all away. And my next task is going to be to clean my helmet. It's got a bit grubby, it needs a bit of a wipe over. But you've seen me do that before, so I'm not going to bother you with it now. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I've had a bit of fun doing it, although I did edit the bits out where I was swearing and cursing at the nuts and bolts that wouldn't line up. But I'll finish it in the usual way by saying, look after yourselves, look after the people around you, and until next time, bye for now.